Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Magic Reviews 7 days a week. That's right. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I do a video every single day. Every single day. And coming up, even more, because we're going to do a ton of reviews on Black Friday. 10 videos dropping on Black Friday, including a giveaway. I can't tell you what giveaway it's going to be, but it's probably going to be pretty cool. So hit like, sub, and follow. Hit those buttons. That's going to remind you to come back to find the videos, the reviews, and the giveaways that you don't want to miss. Today we're looking at iStretch from Craig Petty and Alakazam. This is the internet darling right now that's out there. A lot of people talking about it, buzzing about it, selling out. Okay, I think by the time this video uploads, Alakazam's already sold out. I think. So we'll have to see. But 50 bucks, and it's Craig Petty and Alakazam. Come on, it's the dream team. What is iStretch? iStretch isn't just I borrow your headphone and stretch it and give it back. It's not, okay? Craig has worked this into a really smart card trick. Of course he has, of course he has. If there's one thing that Craig Petty does, he over-delivers. He over-delivers. 3 hours and 12 minutes of tutorial. Now, before you get all crazied out and like, I can't watch 3 hours. The good news is the main trick he teaches right away, and that's probably the trick you're going to do. Probably, okay? But again, he makes sure that you get value for your money, because how much is it? It's only 50 bucks. 50 bucks. And that's only because these gimmicks are engineered so that they look identical to the ones that are out there. In fact, and I don't know this because I am neither an iPhone user nor a AirPod user, there's actually two versions out there, right? There's an old AirPod version and a new AirPod version. He's going to give you gimmicks for both, which means you could keep them on your person, left pocket, right pocket, and you say, hey, do you have AirPods? When you look at them, you'll know immediately which one they have. And then you'll be able to get out that gimmick. So, you know how sometimes with coins, you're like, oh, it's a special bicentennial coin and my gimmick is a normal coin. I can't use this. Not to worry here. Craig Petty, Alakazam, they have thought of everything. So in the trick, what happens is you borrow the AirPod, you give them back their case, you vanish the AirPod, it reappears and you stretch it, you vanish it and it appears inside the deck and it's now a sticker on their card that they chose. It falls off the card and into their hands as a real object, disappears again, and then reappears back inside their case. That's right. So the good news is, this isn't one of those tricks where you're borrowing somebody's wedding ring, and then you have to be very careful because it's their wedding ring. Don't want anything to happen. I'm borrowing their watch, and then I have to be really careful because this is their watch. Don't worry. You are borrowing their AirPod, but nothing's going to happen to it, and you don't have to worry about dropping it or losing it or damaging it. Craig's routine ensures that nothing bad will happen to their AirPod. Don't worry. So is it what I thought? Well, yeah. I mean, it's what I thought, and it's what you think too, right? I think if you've watched a lot of coin magic or you've even seen a lot of Craig Petty stuff, I think you can follow him pretty easily. You might be wondering, though, is it just a gimmick, or is it a gimmick that'll vanish? And it's both. It's both. He engineered this in such a way that this is something that you can either keep in your pocket, or you can keep it in the traditional place where things might vanish. But I guess it's also not what I thought, because I thought it would just be a stretching AirPod trick, right? But it's not. It could be. If you wanted to do it simply and just say, hey, can I borrow that AirPod for a second? And then hand it back, similar to how we do Coinbite. You could. So that's the great thing about this, is it's so flexible. It could be a little piece of, wonder just to get their attention, or you could work this into a full-blown trick. You want to see the gimmick? That's right, here at Magic Orthodoxy, you don't just stare at my face for 20 minutes. I actually show you the product close up, and I even show you the packaging so you know exactly what your $50 gets you. So you are going to get 2 of these in their normal size, so that, let's say you're not borrowing them, right? But you're also not an AirPod user. You're like, I don't even own AirPods. Well, I don't either. But you can keep one of these in your pocket. Heck, you could keep one of these in your ear, and it would look exactly like the real thing. And then it doesn't matter that you don't own AirPods. He's giving you a dummy one. And then, of course, the stretched out one looks like this. Now, you're going to ask, can I hand this to the spectator? No, you cannot. And there's only one small reason for that, is that we don't want them to inspect it all the way around, because it's clearly not a real AirPod. You're also going to get all the materials to turn it into a pole, and you will get the AirPod stickers that you can put on your playing cards, and, like I said, 3 hours and 12 minutes in tutorial. What's the tutorial like? It's Drew Perry and Craig Petty in the Alakazam studios. You get some live performances, you get an intro, there's an unboxing, like always, and there's one main routine with a huge pile of bonuses. So first they do a studio performance, and then they break down all the moves, and that's really half the tutorial right there. And then he teaches some card sleights, because this is also a card trick. Then he talks about how to produce AirPods if nobody has one. He makes them appear from his cell phone. His other tricks are called Creativity Jam. This is something where he uses digital force bag. He has one called Wild Pods, which is basically wild card, but done with coins and AirPods. He has Locator Pods. This is where 3 cards are selected and 3 spectators are used, where the AirPod finds the cards, and there's really no stretch in that one. There's Charger Purse. This is an invisible coin purse routine. Auto Upgrade. This is an upgrade, so you make the old AirPod go into the new one. Chop Pod, which of course is a chop cup routine. Gatapod, this is a AirPod to pocket. And Flatapod, where you flatten an AirPod. So you get all those bonuses as well. Pocket space, they're pretty small, right? And if you choose to go with the pull device, then there's no pocket space at all. You just need sleeves, right? That's pretty much it. Angles and inspectability goes, angles, if it's shooting back up your sleeve, there's no angles and there's nothing to inspect. And like I said, you really don't want them to inspect the large gimmick. You don't want them to hold it, because it's not real, right? Not that they would discover it right away, but I think they would notice if they spun it all the way around, they'd probably wonder why it looked the way it did. So it's not meant to hold up to examination. It's meant to show as oh my gosh, and then you're just going to take it right back. Sleights and difficulty level, I think you're going to find all the traditional coin sleights and card sleights that Craig Petty uses in all his other tutorials. Craig's tries to make his material good for beginners to intermediate, I think in that window. And he definitely holds your hand through the entire project. Like I said, he's going to go over all the card sleights and everything you need to know. Setup and reset, I guess it depends on how you're going to do it. Are you going to walk around with both sets? You're going to walk around with one set? Is this going to be a trick that you do with a borrowed AirPod? Is this going to be something you do just by producing an AirPod from your phone? I think you're going to watch the tutorial and then decide how best you would use it. Maybe you're an AirPod user and you're going to just put one in your ear and you're just going to, say, well, I'm going to use my AirPod to find your card. You could do it like that too. So I think there's lots of options for sure. Positives, once again, Dream Team, Craig Petty, Alakazam. Again, you get more than enough. Quality product, tons of tutorials, everything you need, creative, thinking outside the box. It's awesome, right? I guess the only negatives are I wouldn't have them inspected, but I don't know. For $50, I wouldn't want them to take my AirPod and run away or drop it or accidentally break it. So I guess it's okay that it's not inspectable, but I wouldn't have them hold on to it. And worth your money, 50 bucks. I mean, man, when so many other products right now are easily in the $70, $80 range, I think you're definitely getting your money's worth. And that's pretty much everything I can tell you. Big, huge thanks to alakazam.co.uk and everybody down there. Don't forget about Chris James, who's in the USA warehouse. He can ship it out to you from the States. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, if you've been enjoying the content here on this channel, I've got something seriously exciting for you. For just $2 a month, that's right, less than a cup of coffee, you can become an official channel member and unlock a treasure trove of exclusive content. As a member, you'll get instant access to over 700 members-only videos. That's right, hundreds of hours of deep dives, behind-the-scene moments, bonus content, and more that you won't find anywhere else. It could be an extra magic review. It could be opening a box and showing you exactly what the gimmick looks like. It could be showing you the markings on a marked deck. There are head-to-head battles where I pit two similar tricks together. I'm going to show you my EDC, share my pattern for certain tricks, and I even have magic tutorials. Plus, it gets even better because I drop 2 brand new exclusive videos every single week just for members. That means the content never stops, and neither does the value that you're getting for just $2 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel and return to get more of the content that you already love and appreciate. So go ahead, hit that join button down below, and I'll see you on the inside.